Hello, sweet friend. It's me, Robin Hallett, intuitive healer and teacher at robinhallett.com. And today I want to talk about the holidays and the bitter pill. A lot of us try and swallow again this year, the same one from last year and the year before and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. So each of us has a story about family and friends and upset. You know, if we take a little moment, in fact, let's do that right now. If you just go inside and tune into yourself and this holiday season and any familiar things it's already starting to trigger. Yep, already found mine. See if you can find a place in you that is very, very familiar as it pertains to the holidays. I've been in session this morning with clients and also last week, and one of the things I hear, you know, on a repetitive basis is that people don't get me, people don't love me, the people I want to love me don't, the people I want to invite me aren't inviting me. People don't care, you know, my kids don't care, they don't invite me to dinner, my kids don't want to be with me, my parents don't get me. All of these stories, I'm going to be alone again, single parent, alone again, all alone, all alone, all alone, lonely, didn't get the gifts I wanted. I have to have people over for dinner that I don't want to have. You know, let's just talk about in-laws for a moment. Each of us has a thing. I'm not saying every single person on the planet, but I kind of am saying that. You know if I'm speaking to you or not, right? So here's the thing I want to offer. Instead of trying to swallow the bitter pill yet again this year, meaning you just think this is the way it is, you are alone, or your kids don't want to be with you, or you don't have any meaningful relationships, or the people you want to celebrate with don't invite you. Whatever your bitter pill is that you're trying to swallow and just get past, I want to offer you an opportunity to do the deepest work there is so that you don't have to swallow any bitter pills. How would that sound? So this is a little bit tricky sometimes because it involves going inside and looking at, I could call that the big ass psychic ding right there. Sometimes my technology has these little bells that go off when something's happening to just indicate yes. So that's what that was. So I was saying this can be a little bit challenging at times, but go inside and take a look at your part in things. Now you might say to me, Robin, I don't have a part in this. My kids don't care about me. They don't want to be with me. How can I have a part in that? I'm an innocent victim. You know, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. Or you could say, well, what is my part in being single and lonely? What's my part in that? I'm lonely. Isn't that justified for my upset? Or aren't I justified to feel the way I feel? Or you might say, you know, nobody checks in on me during the holidays. Nobody cares whether I live or die. These are things I hear from people all the time. So I'm not just pulling these randomly from my own life. You know, these are things other people say to me that, you know, they're really hurting and they want help. So nobody cares. The people I want to care don't care. Or you might say to me, well, what's my part in not getting along with my in-laws? You know, they're really, if you knew them, you would not get along with them either, Robin, because they're difficult people. Or, well, what do you mean, what's my part? This person is attacking me. They're rude to me every time I go to dinner at their house, or, you know, the holidays come and we get together. My brother gets drunk and says ridiculous things to me. What is my part in that? So first of all, we have to get past the idea that we are innocent or we are victims or things are done to us and we have no control or say over it, okay? That has always been a tricky place for me personally to work on, going into what is my part in this story. So I just want to say that up front. If more of you is interested in saying, I don't have a part, I'm innocent, I didn't do anything, you probably have something that's you're really defending against in there. And let's take a look. I want to do this work with you. In fact, I am doing this work with you. I want to look at it. What is it in me that keeps showing up to contribute to this pain that I continue to suffer with? So we'll take the example of a dry well. I like analogies sometimes. I think they're a little bit easier than going straight on with the issue. So let's talk about a dry well and a wet well. A dry well, you're somebody that's going to a well for a drink of water. And the well that's dry has no water. But because it's a well, you're like, it's got to have water, and you keep going there for a drink. You're thirsty, and it keeps telling you again and again and again, I'm dry. You look down in the well, there is absolutely no water in there. I mean, how many ways can you see it, How many ways can it affirm itself to you? I cannot be the thing that you want me to be. And yet, we keep going. So when you think about your kids who don't invite you for Christmas Eve, or your friends who exclude you, or family members who aren't enthusiastic about you and all the great happenings in your life, or the guys who want to date you but aren't really up to snuff, aren't up to the snuff of your own heart, you might start to ask, this continues to happen. I am seeking something from these wells, and I'm not getting it. These are dry wells. These are dry wells. I want something that I am not getting. And my pattern of continuing to look for that, continuing to go for that, continuing to make the trek and make the interactions, every time it's fruitless, because what I am seeking, I never find. Never. So you might just look at that. You might say, what is my part in that? I continue to stubbornly expect, want, desire. How many ways can I say it? I keep looking for something to come to me from these people in my life, the dry wells, okay? I keep wanting them to do things a certain way. I'm looking for a certain reaction. I'm looking for a certain response. I'm looking for, sometimes we're just looking for a little sympathy from people. We're looking for an affirmation or a validation, and no matter what, it won't come. It doesn't come. It can't come, whatever. How about we start there? That could be your part. That could be your part right there. That you could say, this is one behavior I continue to do, and it is not bringing fruit. It's not bringing me what I say I'm seeking. I'm just sipping a little leftover bone broth from the holiday. Thanksgiving. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving, by the way. I have eaten my body weight in pumpkin pie, and there's another one in the refrigerator. I'm so excited. I swear I could eat it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but only now. I promise you, as December gets into full swing, I'll have no interest in the pie again. So I love it while it's here. I will love it up. So back to you, your part. That could be one piece you acknowledge. I keep going to these places expecting to be validated or understood or included or loved or invited or whatever it is. Look at it in yourself and become willing to understand that as long as you are seeking it, expecting it, no, demanding it from that one source that keeps saying, I am not a wet well, I cannot give this to you for whatever reason, the answer is no. Until I can really, really get clear about that, I'm not going to be able to receive what I'm seeking anywhere. And so there are people in your life, and I'm living proof of this. So hear me out for a minute. There are people in your life who are trying to give you the very thing you say you want. So let's say you want to take in light and love and healing. I guarantee there are people in your life who are trying to do just that. Guaranteed. But because you have a specific demand on it, you want it only from this one source. You want your children to acknowledge you. You want the man of your dreams to finally choose you. You know, you want some kind of sympathy from your family because you're raising a kid all by yourself and it's the holiday time and you never get a break and money's tight, you know, those kinds of stories. You only want it from this one source that keeps saying no to you. You can't see it anywhere else. You can't take it in anywhere else. It's like you say you want love, but then you close the shutters and the doors and you close your eyes and you draw the curtains. Nothing can come in. I see this so much in my healing practice. Not that I'm perfect in my personal life, believe me. I was just speaking with a friend this morning about how we have to be able to see and receive the love that's being offered to us in the form it's being offered. So sometimes, you know, you want your partner or your beloved to do things a certain way because then for sure that will mean that they love you and that you're loved and cherished. But, you know, your way looks like backflips with hula hoops, and your partner is not a backflip hula hoop kind, you know, but they're there, showing up consistently, doing kind and sweet things, things that you don't cherish and value because you're looking for hula hoops and backflips, and nothing else will do. So, I mean, I know something about this myself. But the thing is, that's our part. Our part is we refuse to receive it in any other form other than the one we say we want from the people who cannot give it to us, who aren't able to give it to us, who, for whatever reason, just the answer is no, or not yet, or not like that, or whatever. And here's the it's a little bit tricky, but I hope you'll bear with me. I hope this will make sense. I think the tricky thing is for you and for me, for those of us who know this exquisite pain, the thing you don't always see is that you do weird things because you're upset and you push people away also. You put a part of yourself forward that is, let's just say, not your best self. You say things and do things that are not exactly in alignment with who you truly are. And so you participate in this madness as well. You know, those of you who say you want love and then you behave in less than loving ways. Or sometimes I say to my clients, you know, hey, you say you want to be loved and cared about and nobody checked in on you. I checked in on you and you didn't answer my email. I sent you a text message. I reached out to you on Instagram and you didn't receive that. So it's never true that, you know, nobody loves us and nobody wants to be with us and nobody cares how we're doing. There's offers all the time. They might be small. They might be, in your eyes, insignificant, but they're still coming. And would you be willing to open your eyes and look? Would you be willing to see? Would you be willing to just be willing, just to open your eyes for the rest of today and look and see with believing eyes that love is all around? I feel like that song from Wet, Wet, Wet. Love is all around us, and so the feeling grows. That's the truth. When you carry bitterness and you're jaded or you're hurt or you're upset or you're confused and you don't understand, that's kind of what you put at the forefront of your heart. And you are a powerful magnet and you attract more of that energy to you. It's never what people like to hear, and I hope that you will hear it, you will receive it. Some of the saddest things I find, and they are sad, are parents and children who don't want to be together, it seems, but actually really, really, really are craving and hungering for connection. This is one place I regularly hear about in my healing practice. And I understand too. I'm a stepmama, and my parents are gone. And so in that way, the cycle of parent and child, it still goes on for me in very interesting ways. Being a step-parent is always a bit of a challenge at times. You feel like a second class, second best, never the first choice. There's so many energies there I could practice on, and a lot of what I'm telling you, I have to practice continually for myself. So back to the parent and child relationship, sometimes the dynamic is so interesting and people don't see it. Mothers who they're desperately longing to be connected to their daughters and their sons. And then the minute there's an opportunity to be together, they bitch, they shame, they say stupid stuff, they tell their daughters, you look terrible, or they have some petty criticism, some petty criticism about something. And that's not you, that's not your beautiful heart, but you know who it is? It's your inner booger. It's your inner booger that screws things up for you, because at the front of your heart, the thing you're carrying most in front is your hurt and your upset and the story, the dry well story. And so because you're a powerful magnet, you call feelings and experiences to you that affirm the story in your own heart. You don't have to believe me. You could just check inside and see if this truth, what I'm sharing, is resonating in your own heart. To me, that's always the best validation. And if you're somebody who is awake and willing and interested, you're probably going to find this place, because I know you're doing the work. I know you want this. So you're a mom who shows up and you blow it. And you know you blew it. You feel it in your gut. You feel it when you do something that makes you feel either like you're in trouble. I'll go like this, I'm in trouble. You know the energy is starting to go down. You know it. You see it on the crumpled face of your child when you say something. So, your hair is awful today. Or, wow, you said you were going to put makeup on. Where's your makeup? Or something stupid, and you didn't mean to do it. Even in your own heart right then, it's out. It's shot out, and the energy is tough. So that's what I'm asking you to look at. And by the way, if you're going, I did that on Thanksgiving, how do I repair it? You just do. You make the phone call, you send the text, you send an email. It's not that big of a deal. Don't carry it around like it is, but it festers if you don't clean it up. So it's very easy to say, sweetheart, I'm feeling bad about what I said to you, and I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Don't justify it. Don't go on, but your hair really did look like shit the other day. Don't do that. Don't do it. But just come clean. Clear your own heart. Clear the slate in your own heart. I know just as many daughters who really, really, really want a relationship with their moms, and then the mom texts, and then the mom writes, and then the mom calls, and the first thing the daughter does is, get out, I don't want you here, So we have to look at our part in things. We have to look at, how am I continuing to show up here? And what would I be willing to do? How can I work on this? How can I help resolve this energy so that the thing I say I want can enter. The light I truly say I want can enter. Does that make sense? I think it takes so much courage, and I know it takes so much courage in your own heart to stand up and say, I want this. I want a relationship with these people, or I don't want to be lonely this holiday, or I don't want to be angry and jaded anymore because my partner left me holding the bag with these kids or this child, or, left me with all this credit card debt and just walked out of my life. I don't want to be bitter and jaded, and I don't know what to do. It takes so much courage to come to that place and really admit it. I love you for that. I love you for that. I think it is my favorite thing in the whole world about you, that you are willing and can go there. I feel a bit sad for the ones who continue to insist on their version of what happened. Hold it close like a precious gem. Yeah, but they said this to me, and they never invite me, and they never care, and they never check on me, and they never do this, and they never do that. It makes me very sad, because guess what? You're going to be here again next year and the year after that. This is how things become chronic and stay chronic. I'm just going to pause the video so I can change out my battery. So the work is to go inside and seek what it is on your own insides, where you continue to do the same repetitive thing that you say you don't want to be doing, that you say you don't want to be about, that you say you see and want to shift. It's time. It's time. It's time to practice gratitude and ease and an awakened heart. And for those of us who, as light workers, a lot of you are light workers, I feel like we don't really have a choice. We don't really have an option. Our hearts are awakened. Our minds are open. We see energy, we feel things deeply. We have to do this work. So my prayer for you is that you will do this work, that you will be able to admit places where you behave in ways that thwarts the energy you say you want to call in. Like I said before, where you draw the shutters and the doors and the curtains and close your eyes and then say you don't see light anywhere, but you won't admit that you're closing the shutters and the doors and the curtains and your eyes. You won't admit that you are stubborn and jaded about the people in your life who have hurt you, who have made mistakes and haven't atoned in some way in your imagination. You need to be able to see that and go there, because holding that up, holding that out like a big sign, all you're going to do is push people away. Those of you who are lonely and you want love, you can't continue to focus on your loneliness. You can't continue to make the thing, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I'm all alone. 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 Like attracts like, baby. How many ways can I say it to you? You have to be open and willing and excited. And if you can't get there, the smaller leap is to be done with the bitterness of your own heart. To stop enjoying, I said enjoying, the sensation of the pain. Have you ever had a canker sore? Where you can't stop, you keep licking it with your tongue and you're like, ow, 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 but there's something about it that feels so good. Yeah. For me, I had to stop doing that. I had to stop being pissed off that, my stepkids didn't love me first person the way I wanted, because actually they do. Just not the way I wanted it to look. Do you see? The love is there. And bigger than that, that there are people all around the world who love and honor me in ways that are so sacred and special. I had to admit, at some point I had to admit that I wasn't taking that in, because I stubbornly only wanted it from one source, one well that continued to be dry. So we have to take a look. What's our part? Instead of swallowing that bitter pill, what's our part? And you might have just seen I went and got my little mirror. My little mirror. You know, we have to be willing to look in the mirror. And I know that's tough for a lot of us. Look in the mirror and say, hey kiddo, you got something going on here. What's your part? Does that make me seem really nutty? That's the work. That is the work. That's the work. What's my part? What am I willing to do? Where am I not seeing? What I'm seeking is actually being offered to me in other places. It's the real deal. It's for real. So may this serve you, and always, 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 if I can be of service, if I can answer questions, if you'd like a little more clarity, you know, drop me a note in the comments or email me, hello@robinhallett.com. You know, I believe in you, and I know you are deserving of all the things that you want. And my biggest gift to you this holiday season is the gift of the obstacle. Take a look at how you're preventing it from coming. Take a look at what you don't want to acknowledge, and start to find your way to peace with it. Okay, it's Robin Hallett, robinhallett.com, signing off. Lots of love to you. You are a beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, totally worthy and deserving of love and all that entails. All right, happy. Ciao. It's Robin. Bye.